Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We want to bring others with us. So let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking. Let's talk about none other than Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 8, Episode 12. It's going down. We're going to see these people are just way too much. So let's just start. Here we go. Let's start off with none other than Pooh. She's out here just talking about why everybody knows that she done had a threesome with Karlie Red, and her husband done did, Cardi Red and the anus and all this other stuff. It's like, damn, come on. Like, how old do you, like, why is it so important that you're chasing down Karlie Red, basically to want her to admit that she had sex with you and your husband? Maybe she's embarrassed. Maybe she don't want people to know that she done did this with you, and this is your storyline, that you got poo-poo sheets, you got doo-doo sheets, and your husband, had Karlie Red, defecate on his penis. Like, come on. Do you got any children? Like, what's good? What's going on? This is just real tragic that this is a storyline they really got on TV to fix their face to do this. I guess money is money, you know what I mean? Popularity and fame and trying to get your name back out there in the streets. I guess it is what it is. People will stoop to any type of level to get it done. You got Karlie Red, she's over here crying, she's upset, only because, Pooh is ruining her trip. She's trying to have a good time. She wants the guys to meet her family. She wants them to experience Trinidad with all the drama. So that's why she didn't invite Pooh in the first place. Then on top of that, she's going through her thing with Mo. Her and Mo are together, basically, right now on the show, but in real life they're not together. They broke up, they separated. So she's crying up a storm, she's upset, she's mad. And we got the good guy, we got none other than Stevie J. He's back in the building. The beefcake is back in the building. He came through to collect his check too, baby. It is what it is. And so he meets up with Pooh husband, Mr. Hicks or whatever, and they chilling. It was like, damn, birds of a feather flock together, because they both had threesomes, tryst, and all types of stuff too as well. But at one point in time, Stevie J and Mr. Hicks were like top producers and beat makers and everything like that, and they are reduced to Love and Hip Hop, basically just all types of scandalous storylines that really make you just go, huh? Like, this is what it's boiled down to. You got these legends that put millions and millions in the record label and made millions and millions for other people, and people don't forgot about them, put them on the shelf where they're stooped to get on this show. And you got Pooh's husband. He's been out here in these streets. He had hits after hits after hits after hits, and yet he's reduced with his wife on this show talking about a threesome and a tryst. I'm like, It's sad because they didn't get their full money's worth at all. The contracts was fugazi for them, and that's why they're doing what they're doing now. So we had none other than Akbar. She's on stage, she's rapping. I couldn't tell whether she sounded good or bad or what she was saying. I think it was the sound or something, but anyway, she's up there rapping. She's rapping for Hicks because he's dead. He's looking at her and see if he can do anything with her. First, he got to fix the situation with this threesome. This threesome is just way too much. Like, come on, tell your wife to chill out, calm down, move forward. But he did tell his wife to calm down and be friends with Karlie Red, but he's still leaving voicemails here and there on Cardi's Red phone, then on his wife's phone, talking about she tried to convince me not to say that we had a threesome because her daughter was on the other end of the phone. So it is what it is. And so then we get, Akbar, she meets up with the two producers that were legends, that are legends too as well. They just don't get to respect, and they don't have the money. They have to stoop this slow, where sometimes you don't even respect, or you just don't understand what happened. Well, we understand what happened. They just got ripped off, and they have to do this. So it is what it is. It's sad. So basically, we moving on from that, and then on top of that, we got Ciara. She comes through in the building. Ciara's always the one telling Akbar to do this, get along with Spice, get along with Tokyo, girl power, woman power. And so Akbar invited Ciara to come through to this business meeting, but she didn't know that Ciara was going to act up and act a fool. And Ciara, she showed this. She confronted Pooh about his wife, and he was like, yo, this is a business meeting, you need to just talk to me some other time. And then Ciara, she goes over there and she approaches Stevie J, basically saying, you left your nephew out here to hang and dry, you're supposed to go speak to him. And then they're like, yo, and Akbar is feeling a certain type of way. So basically she tells Ciara, get going. She gets to step and get to walking. Don't let the door hit you in your backside. Just go. like, how can you do this to me? You know how important it is that I'm trying to get on and everything. You tell me to be professional, be business minded, and don't burn any bridges. But look at you burning these bridges right before my very eyes. Like, come on, handle that on your time. You know, Akbar, she's close to Scrapp. You know what I'm saying? So she could have spoke to Stevie J about that, but she was there about business. And now you're gonna have Pooh and you're gonna have Sierra not friends anymore or whatever over some bullshit that she jumped in because she's trying to defend her man Scrapp. And Scrapp and Stevie J done made up in the same episode. So now you're gonna be beefing with your girl and about to fight with Akbar when you know Scrapp handle his own business. Scrapp don't need you to handle his business. He's a grown man. He done did some time behind bars. He's been on his own for a long time, and he can handle his own business. He don't need you, Sierra, and you were wrong for that. So it is what it is. So you owe Akbar an apology, or you guys can call it even. I'm just like, yo, this is just way too much. So anyways, we back to Trinidad and whatever. So we have Karlie Redd. She's at her aunt's house. Her aunt has a big, huge ass mansion. Her people are doing a thing over there in Trinidad. I mean, they got the money. Everybody from the Love and Hip Hop cast is there that went on a trip. Scrappy's there, Rashid is there, Jock is there, you know, Jacil and his girlfriend Kendra, and you have Karlie Redd, she's there, you have Shekinah, you have Tokyo, they there to chilling, having a good time. And Karlie Redd's family is not feeling the situation with Karlie Redd not being with Jock anymore, and this new man, they're thinking that she's engaged to Jock and not this new man Mo that they don't even know about Mo. Well, you don't know how quick, you know, Karlie Redd switches her storyline, especially when it comes to a male counterpart. So anyway, she done switched it, she done switched out, and they don't even know they lost. They thought Jacil was her man. She was getting married to Jacil because Karlie Redd has been messing with Jacil forever and ever and ever. So here's what it is. Even this is Karlie Redd's cousin. She was like, oh, are you sure you over Jacil? What's going on with this situation? I can't believe this. And Karlie Redd is trying to explain to her that it's over. He's engaged. This is his girl right here, and I'm engaged to somebody else. And she was like, I don't like. So they start to, you know, dig at Jock or whatever. And so, you know, Miss Kendra, she's there, and she's not feeling the conversation because they're talking about her man. So she gets up and she removes herself and she politely leaves, and she didn't start no commotion because it is what it is. She understands the situation. So then we have, you know, Pooh, Rashida, and, you know, Mimi talking about basically the same old shit about Pooh, talking about, you know, she done did it with Karlie Redd. We tired. We don't care. Karlie Redd is not a virgin. She's been down this road 1,000 times. And the way that you act in Pooh, we know you've been down this road 1,000 times. If you are so proud to bring doo-doo sheets and talk about your husband having sex with another woman and she's defecating on his penis, imagine what do you think is private? What do you do is secret? What do you really do? What are you embarrassed to really tell the people that be going on? I was like, damn, lady, you're just way too much. And so basically she tells Mimi that she's sorry, that she ended up acting up and throwing diapers and bringing doo-doo sheets on the plane or whatever. And basically she's saying, and they're saying that, you know, you need to make up with Karlie Redd. Like I didn't know that you was going to do this. And Pooh's still with the story where, you know, she's still sticking with she had sex with, you know, Karlie Redd and she got a diaper booty. So anyways, they're about to leave and they look at the bleaching cream and we have none other than Pooh trying to get her some whitening cream, and Mimi's looking at the whitening cream too. So I was like, yeah, so it seems like, you know, Spice was on to something with bleaching their skin, but they didn't end up getting the bleaching cream, and Rashida convinced them to get the fading cream to fade, you know, dark marks on your elbows, your knees, and things like that. But I wonder if they went back and got that fading, the white cream. They was like, yo, this is what Spice is talking about. White cream, the term white cream. Like, that's crazy. But it be like that. It's just the hypocrisy. And people think that, you know, maybe you get treated in the world better if you are a different color. If you're lighter, people be more friendly and more susceptible to you. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But it don't have to be that way. Just be you and love you. And what is meant for you, you'll get it, baby. Or you just gonna have to fight even harder. But don't bleach your skin. Don't change yourself for nobody, baby. So anyways, we have Karlie Redd. She's out here with, you know, Kendra, and she's with the Bam. The Bam looks snatched, baby. She done just had the baby and she look good, honey. And so we have that situation. Basically, Karlie Redd is talking about, you know, what Pooh did to her, and Pooh this, Pooh that, and all that other shady shit, and basically having a curfew and all this other stuff. But her and Kendra actually, like, you know, hug, and Kendra's like, thank you for inviting me. And they like are actually like cool, and they hug each other and everything is, you know, is on point. And in the meantime, in between time, Kendra trusts the Bam, and so she tells the Bam, hey, listen, I don't want to have any kids with Jocelyn. You know what I'm saying? He already got so many different baby mamas and stuff like that. And the Bam, she went back and told her husband, which is Scrappy, because that's her better half. But maybe Kendra shouldn't have said nothing, and maybe Bambi shouldn't have said nothing to her husband. But it is what it is. They're going to talk, so they did. So I know Kendra's just like, damn. Then, Jock threw Bambi under the bus and everything. I know Kendra's just like, what? So then we have Pooh. She's supposed to be getting ready to talk to Karlie Redd, and basically she says she's going to be cordial and try to have a relationship with Karlie Redd or whatever, and she was wrong. But she brought the dookie, and she brought the dookie sheets and all this other stuff with her just in case and all this other stuff. She was like, what's the big deal about the threesome? Like, the big deal about the threesome is you're the big deal. You're the one running up and down the blogs and on this show talking about this threesome and Doodoo Brown. And so Karlie Redd was like, yo, listen, I just want you to admit that I did not sleep with you and your husband and all this other stuff for my daughter. So I put it on my daughter. And so, and Mo is not upset with me. Then Karlie Redd was like, yo, I wasn't even effing with you when I got with Mo. So I don't know if she means she wasn't effing with, Pooh as being friends, or she wasn't effing with her, like, doing the do. But anyway it goes, this Karlie Redd is denying having a threesome with you. So you should get the hint, like, loose lips sink ships. And plus, I'm embarrassed about it. I'm embarrassed about you if that's actually the truth, that they even slept together. It's just like, damn. Then she's throwing diapers at the woman on GP. Pooh need an ass whoop on GP, bringing the shitty sheets, throwing the diapers, just throwing stuff, throwing water, yelling and screaming, acting like yo, what grown person, what mature person, with carry doo-doo sheets and do all this and want somebody to admit that they had a threesome with you, and especially when the person's saying that I never did it, like, they're embarrassed of you if it ever happened. But we got Rashida and Mimi think that there's something more to the story, and they're not all the way believing Karlie Redd anymore. At first they was on her side, now it's like two-sided. So Pooh basically was like, well, then, for your daughter's sake, but she really didn't apologize at all. So she's on the bus and she's still talking about her husband, having sex with Karlie Redd, sticking her here, sticking her there, Blase the third, showing pictures and listening to a voicemail where her husband said, yo, Karlie Redd just called me with her daughter on the phone talking about, she want me to say that we didn't have the threesome, and I'm an OG, I don't run my mouth. You got Rashida talking about, if you was an OG, you wouldn't believe in voicemail. She planted that voicemail just to go against Karlie Redd's voicemail, because she found out that Karlie Redd talked to her husband on the phone and basically had her daughter on the phone too, or whatever. So it is what it is. Pooh is going to keep up with this story. That's just a story. I wish you would bring something else to the table other than trying to get Karlie Redd to admit that she had sex with her, because why are people going to want you on next season, Pooh? This is your only storyline. We don't get nothing from you. All we just see is a crazy woman with blonde hair chasing down another woman and just saying, my husband stuck his duh. Like, come on. Like, what's really going on? So we have this situation. Mimi and Rashida believe that there's some truth. We get Big Papa. We get none other than Stevie J. He meets up with his nephew, and basically his nephew, Scrapp, got something to say, like, yo, you didn't show up to court for me. You didn't do this for me. The word on the street is you slept with Tommy and all this other stuff. So what's good? What's going on? Stevie J denied sleeping with Tommy. He was like, yo, she just pulled out the beefcake and the limo. Did he sleep with her? I believe he did. So we have that situation, and then Stevie J was like, yo, I wanted to come there and speak up for you so you can get early parole on the drug stuff and whatever, but like, yo, I was too hot. I got a Fed case. I'm trying to fight a Fed case. I kind of figured that Stevie J's too hot to be speaking for anybody, because he was going through like New York. He was going all over the place being sued for child support. He got locked up, then got out and all this other stuff. Then he got married to Faith. He had a lot going on. Like he said, he wanted to be invisible to the court system, and he didn't feel comfortable with coming up there with Scrapp. Scrapp was like, yo, you should have just reached out to me and told me that you didn't feel like it. I mean, like, you wasn't comfortable doing it, blasting the door, but you just left me hanging. So, Scrapp forgives Stevie J, so they cool. So everything, they gonna be fam, and Stevie J's gonna throw him a freedom party. So now Stevie J and Scrapp are cool, but now Sierra and Akbar are not cool, because Sierra jumped in somebody else's business when she didn't need to. He ain't, Scrapp ain't claim you on this show. He didn't say that you his woman, girl. So why are you jumping out the window for him? So it is what it is. And then we get none other than Scrappy and Bambi. Yeah, Bambi looks snatched. I mean, straight snatch in this the scene, and she was just like, you know, chilling, talking. You got Scrappy talking about he wants some, he want to get it. She's not feeling sexual. She's not feeling ready to have sex right now. You know, she got a lot going on, so you have to get into her mind, Scrappy. You got to get into her mind and let her know how much you concern, how beautiful and sexy she feels around you, and then you got to take on some of the weight. We're helping her with the baby too as well. But anyways, need to say, Scrappy wants a new kid. He wants another baby, and Bambi was like, yo, I can barely deal with this one. This is just too much. You know, I don't even have time for the first baby. How am I gonna have time for the second baby? I don't know what Bambi does for work or whatever, but just being a first time mom is difficult too as well. But she does have, you know, 2 grandmamas, but the 2 grandmas are allegedly AAA. So I mean, they're AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, allegedly. So then Bam spilled the beans and was just like, yo, listen, because you know, Scrappy was like, yo, listen, you know, Jock is thinking about marrying Kendra. And so then that's when, you know, the Bam was like, well, for real, because, you know, I heard Kendra, she told me herself that she didn't want to have any children by Jock because he has enough children. And so then we got Scrappy immediately. He go run and tell Jock. Jock don't know what to do. He couldn't believe this, that it's coming from Scrappy, that you know, Kendra actually opened up to the Bam and told the Bam, and now people know his business, even though they're family and they're related. But he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, how she not want to have kids? Jock admitted to having 8 kids, 5 different baby mamas. And he was like, it's an idea that, yeah, I want to get married with her and have a family. But right now, she's like, Jock, you got enough kids. You do got enough kids, but you can have as many kids as you want. It is what it is. But she feels like, you know what? Let's just have the good life here. Me and you marry. We do our thing. But eventually, I believe Kendra will want to have kids. But right now, she's not sure or not ready yet to have kids with Jock because they're not married, number one, and he has a bunch of kids, and she's feeling like, you know, it must be a lot of income coming out of that pocket. You know what I'm saying? And then if he's on the line for child support, they can come after Kendra check and garnish her check because they'll be married and they're one whole. So Jock is hurt by the situation. He gonna speak to her. So they get ready to go to Summer Nation or Summer Jam Nation, Summer Nation or whatever that's in Trinidad. And it's a turn up party. You party almost 24 hours. As Jock is out here shaking his booty. He's getting drunk. He got his booty all on the other ladies. You have Pooh over there with the 2-piece on trying to entice him. And also, Karlie Red warned, you know, Kendra was like, don't let, you know, Pooh around your man. You take your eye off your man, Pooh's going to be all up on him. And she was telling the truth. And here we go right here. Jock is over here dancing with these 2 ladies. Pooh is just pushing her booty up, getting close. I guess she ain't satisfied with her man or she's a freak, baby. And so I don't know what Shekinah got on. Shekinah, this is a festival, a party. She got on a shower cap. She got on a raincoat. She ain't trying to get messed up. She ain't trying to get wet. Like, she's protecting herself at all times. You got Jock pouring water on this girl booty with the purple shorts on, knowing that his fiance is the woman that he wants to marry is sitting there, and you know, she's there too as well. And he's talking about he's intoxicated. You've been drinking all your life, Jock. You know how to control yourself. You wanted to hurt Kendra. That's what you wanted to do. You was acting out instead of communicating with Kendra. You started to act like a little child and show your immaturity by starting to flirt with other ladies. You see Jock, he got his arm around this lady too as well. He's just doing the most. Like, he's just doing the most. He's just doing the most. And then he had the nerve to pour that water on homegirl's butt. I was just like, yo, like, Jacil, what are you doing? Like, how can you just be that so immature that, like, you would do something like that? Like, you would go there and just be so disrespectful. You already got your ex, you know, Kendra's already, you know, bowing down by being around Karlie Red, even though she wanted to go on a trip and everything. And she's dealing with the whole situation what's going on, and dealing with Karlie Red's people, her mood and her attitude, especially at the cabin, you know, when Rashida threw an event, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to do some shit like that to her. And then you have Jock over here pouring water on, you know, Pooh's booty, and look, Pooh got her legs wide open. She's ready. She want her some Jock, because that would be another storyline for her ass. She is way too much. I swear to goodness, Pooh is way too much. She really want that camera time like it ain't nobody's business, baby. She ain't playing around. I'm just like, yo. And so then we get Jock, before Jock, You know, we got Karlie Red over here. She's laying out on the ground, whatever. She's dancing. She's having a good time. She got the men and the women all over her. She's just having a ball, like she's beasting out. And then you get, you know, Kendra, she sees Jock all hugged up and drinking with a woman, so she went over there to get her man, like, Jock, get over here now. I need to talk to you right now. And so she's trying to explain to Jock, what you're doing is so wrong and so embarrassing. Like, why would you pour water down Pooh's panty when she's out here trying to accuse Karlie Red of having sex with her husband and doing threesomes and doo-doo and boo-boo, when she started all that big ruckus and she was throwing diapers and Pampers and doo-doo sheets all at everybody, and you gonna pour water down? Like, what kind of self-respecting man does some shit like that? Like, so she's getting at him, and Jock was like, well, you didn't tell me you didn't want to have kids. You went and you told Bammy because Scrappy told me. I was like, I know, damn. Bam is like, damn, my name is all up in the mix. My husband can't keep a secret. I know Kendra's like, I should have just not said nothing, but the secret's out. So Jock is hurt. He's upset, but he's not really upset because he got 8 kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't even engaged. Like, that's something they haven't even talked about or worked on. So why is he so upset? They could work that shit out and talk. And Jock, you too old not to be able to talk to your woman. And so they going back and forth. Basically, Jock feels like it's even, baby. I messed up by pouring water on women, and you messed up by talking about you don't want to have kids. So it is what it is. I was like, okay, I'm reloading. You guys tell me what you think. This is a complete mess. Peace and my one love to all my peeps and my peoples.